everybody, it's Dave Medlock from Nitelights. I've had a request to show how to mount a helmet mount on a helmet, so I'll give you a quick demo of that now. In your kit you'll have a battery, a charger, a light and a helmet mount. So the first thing to do is to remove the zip tie off the light head. So if you leave it on there and it's mounted on the helmet like that, there's a chance you'll pull the wires out the back of the light head. So grab a pair of pliers and snip that off. Grab the helmet mount out. Now the helmet mount has 5 tons of Velcro on it, so when you unwrap it you'll find that there's way too much on there. The reason for that is, as you can see with these 3 different helmets here, there is different holes in different positions. So these are all fairly easy to mount the helmet. Yep, this one might be a little bit more difficult, but I'll show you quickly on this Met helmet. First of all, turn your helmet upside down. There will be a liner inside your helmet. Just quickly pull the liner out. Yep. So the objective here is to trim the Velcro down to suit your helmet. So we'll quickly poke this Velcro through those slots, either side. And you can pull that tight in that position there and just have a quick look on where it's going to sit. So it's going to sit in the middle there. So with this system there's no need to use zip ties or anything else. If you've got this on properly, the helmet mount won't move. So obviously this Met helmet's going to be fairly easy to do. So turn it back upside down again, that's the position we like. Inside the helmet you basically want the Velcro to go from this side all the way through, and you want it to overlap about 5 mils on the other side. Once you've got that position there, that really sets where you're going to cut it. So that's our position. So we'll put that there, and we know it's roughly about there. So you quickly cut that off. If it's easier, you can pull the helmet mount out again, and you can just line them both up. And you know the other side is going to be pretty well exactly the same position. So you line them up, it's going to be there. Cut that excess Velcro off. Put the Velcro through again. And it's ready to be mounted. So flip the straps out the way. Now this is, if you're doing it properly, so upside down, pull one side all the way down. Yep. Now you've got to put a lot of pressure, hopefully you can see me okay with your camera angles, but you've got to put a lot of pressure on one side to get it in properly. That's it. Now if you put it on and you find the helmet mount moves around like this, it's not on correctly. You have to go back and do the same process again to make sure you've got it down tight enough. So it's better to have excess Velcro in there than too little. So I'll just quickly pull that off again. This has got to be the stickiest Velcro you'll ever see. So do the same thing again. Now I've actually cut this, I might take a little bit more off. Okay, and as you'll see now, if it's on correctly, it won't move. So you might have to trim the cut Velcro a couple of times and cut off any excess little bits, but look, once it's in there, it shouldn't move. So that's the helmet mount on. Now the light itself, grab your light out, you'll have your O-rings in your packet. Now generally for this, I use the smaller O-ring. So grab the small O-ring out. The best way I find is to poke the O-ring through. If you have problems getting the other side of the O-ring, obviously just reach underneath the helmet and just poke it all the way through. That's it. So you should have it through something like that. Grab your helmet, your light head, and hook on that front section. So once you've hooked on that front section, you've got enough room there to grab the other end and pull it through. Now you can put a fair amount of pressure on this O-ring, so don't worry about breaking it. And hook it all the way over, and then pull your light up in position. So your light's very roughly in position now. When you're riding along, you can pull it down. It won't move. Once it's set there, it's set. Now the other thing you can do is, if you find this cable sort of all over the shop, you can poke your cable back through and put the extension cable. So the extension cable, again, this just has an unwind bit. I'll just make it easier. So if you decide you want to put the extension cable on, this has got nice big holes. You can poke it through and bring it out the other side. And that's your extension cable on. Cool. So that would go on your helmet. This goes down the back of your jersey all the way through, and your battery goes in the back of your pocket. So that's basically a helmet mount on. The only thing we've got left to do is to put the helmet liner back in. So flip the straps apart, grab your helmet liner, and hopefully you'll figure out the right way it goes in, and stick that back in again. So that's basically a helmet mount mounted onto a Nitelights shot fire battery. Thanks very much. It's Dave Medlock from Nitelights.